And
hey, to all ladies out there, you want to quick come up, you go over there. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably ain't gonna want to do this, but I'm just saying, if you want a quick million, know what I mean, or even $500,000, go over there, act like you like Soulja Boy, lay with him for a little while. Yeah, I mean, he gonna eventually put his hands on you. Now you got a bag. So I want to say appreciate you guys, man. For all the new subs, I go by Dunn. Make sure y'all lock in with the channel, man. This King Dunn Reacts 2. Lock in. You feel me? Sub it up. Ring the bell. After you ring the bell, make sure you hit all, man. I want y'all to make these bangers, so you gotta ring that bell. And make sure you like the video. I don't know if I said it or not, but hey, man, I reacted to a little of this on my main reaction channel, King Dunn Reacts, and it was just a small tad bit of the situation. I didn't really know the ins and outs of it. Like, I didn't know how deep it was. Well, a subscriber sent me this right here, bro. I forgot who channel he got it from, but he was like, Dunn, this is the whole Soulja Boy situation with what went on with him and his employee. You know what I'm saying? I think you should tap into it and let us know what you think, folks. So I'm like, you know, I got you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing, man. We talking about this whole Soulja Boy debacle, man. I don't know what's wrong with these entertainers, these rappers, man, these ditties, but they feel like they can do any and everything just because they got a little check, just because they got a little money. But get what, though? The justice system finna show them. Nah, that money don't mean nothing. You feel what I'm saying? That money don't mean a thing. We'll fry your ass.
so Soulja Boy has been making headlines this week after going to court and losing a lawsuit to a woman who was his personal assistant that he hired back in 2018. Soulja Boy is a rapper who, over the course of his career, has no doubt had some massive records. Records like Crank That, which have been certified 3 times platinum by the RIAA, meaning that it sold more than 3 million copies. Not to mention that this song came out when ringtones were still being sold for your cell phone for about $1 to $3 a piece. And it's estimated that on top of the 3 million records he sold with Crank That, he also sold approximately 3 million ringtones, which alone could have generated up to $7 million. Not only that, but he did have other hits when he first came out. Songs like
Soulja got famous at the right time then. You know what I'm saying? Cause ringtones, ain't nobody caring about no ringtone. You know what I'm saying? I think streaming might be the big thing now. You dig? I don't know. But that man made 7 M's off of ringtones. Crazy.
Kiss Me Through the Phone, Pretty Boy Swag, and a few others.
Kiss me through the phone, kiss me through the phone, see you when I get home.
Take out whatever percentage the record label took and taxes, it's safe to say that Soulja Boy was sitting around with millions of dollars.
Boy ran up a check, boy.
But after this verdict, it was just
boy ran up a chin.
It looks like Soulja Boy could be facing some more serious financial problems. That's because his old assistant that he hired back in 2018 would eventually formally accuse Soulja Boy of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse in a lawsuit that she filed in 2021, resulting in a jury.
2 years of abuse? Nah. Y'all probably already know where I'm going with this, bro. And I hate to go here, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be telling me that I be insensitive to certain situations and certain things. But hey, 2 years of abuse and he ain't even your dude? You couldn't have just went and find you another job, man? Like, I don't know, bro. I mean, I do understand that we got monsters out there like Soulja Boy, P. Diddy, Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? We got monsters out there, bro, who take advantage of women. But I don't know, bro. Like, 2 years of abuse, bro. That's. And even if you was his woman, nah, man. That's crazy work.
Awarding her $4 million in compensatory damages and another $250,000 in punitive damages, making a total of $4,250,000 that Soulja Boy will now have to cough over unless he wants his wages garnished and his assets seized and being sold off. The story goes like this. Soulja Boy hired this 20-year-old woman who hasn't been identified by anything other than Jane Doe as his personal assistant in 2018, promising to pay her $500 a week for her work. The woman moves into Soulja Boy's home as part of her job.
Hold up, bro. It say she was never paid. She was promised $500 a week, but was never paid. That's crazy.
woman moves into Soulja Boy's home.
So not only did this man assault you, abuse you, take advantage of you, he promised you some money and he didn't even give it to you. And you stayed for 2 years?
As part of her job, a romantic relationship develops by January of 2019. And
I knew it.
Shortly thereafter, the assistant says Soulja Boy's behavior turned abusive. According to the assistant's lawsuit, Soulja Boy embarked on a nearly 2-year pattern of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. In early 2019, he allegedly pushed her out of a car during an argument and forced her to walk 5 miles back to the house. The first sexual assault occurred in February of 2019. Afterwards, Soulja Boy quote-unquote expressed remorse and paid her $1,000 to try to make up for it. The woman claims that Soulja became violently jealous, spitting on her when she tried to quit, and frequently punching, kicking, and body slamming her over social media interactions that she was having with her followers. Basically, if a dude would leave a comment on one of her posts, he would freak out. On at least one occasion, he allegedly locked her in a room without a bed, no food, no water for 3 days as a form of punishment. During this 3-day period, she would also allege that Soulja Boy would repeatedly R-word her, and in one message that was sent from Soulja Boy to this woman, he told her, "I should have killed you." This all culminated in a brutal attack in August of 2020 in which Soulja Boy beat and again R-worded the woman to the point that she said she feared for her life.
Come on,
this incident, she left his house and cut off the relationship. 1 month later, she went back to his house to pick up her belongings, and while she...
Listen, man. This is sick. This man have an illness. I don't know why money make these Negroes get this illness. Honestly, I think it be deep down in them, and then when they get that bread, it just come out. But listen, if this man is R-ing you, if this man is hitting you, if this man is showing a clear indication that something wrong with his ass, why would you go back and get your belongings yourself? Why? And I know y'all probably think like, Don, you putting a lot of blame on this woman, bro. No, I'm not blaming this woman for nothing. She should not have gotten treated the way she was treated, bro. But if he doing all this to you, why would you better go get the sheriff. You better go get the police. You better go get 12. You better go get the white folk. Go back to that house, you can get your stuff, bro. You feel me? Like, come on, like, what did he call you? Say, look, I apologize. I'm such a great person. I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. Come on, what? I don't get it, bro. Maybe y'all get it. That's why I need y'all to drop y'all opinion on it in that comment section. Like, am I tripping?
There, she said Soulja Boy again physically attacked.
Oh my God.
The assistant said that the abuse was so constant that she didn't even feel human anymore. She said, "I felt like an animal." And this led to her filing her lawsuit in 2021. In her complaint, she accused Soulja Boy of an array of offenses: sexual battery, assault, gender violence, intentional infliction of emotional distress, creating a hostile work environment, and false imprisonment. She also claimed that Soulja Boy failed to pay her the promised wages for the work that she did as an assistant, effectively accusing him of several labor violations. The suit was seeking a significant amount of monetary damages for the trauma and injuries that she suffered, and she requested a jury trial. Now, Soulja Boy publicly denied the allegations, and in a statement given to TMZ, a representative for Soulja Boy called the woman's claims nonsense, insisting that Soulja would never put his hands on a female.
He did it. I believe he did.
The press that he vehemently and unequivocally denied the allegations and said that he had
vehemently and man, he don't know what that means, bro. He did it though. I think he did.
Contacted his legal team to refute what he was describing as lies. Soulja Boy's legal team also responded to this in court, formally denying all wrongdoing. And over the next few years, the case moved through the pretrial process, like evidence gathering, depositions, pretrial motions, and the proceedings faced a few delays, in part due to backlogs in the court system. So the trial didn't immediately begin in 2021. It wouldn't start until 2025. During this period, reports emerged of graphic evidence that was going to be used at trial, like pictures of this woman's injuries and lengthy text message threads between Soulja Boy and her. One message where Soulja Boy told her, "Of you B-word, I hope you die slow." All right. Throughout this time,
Oh my
Soulja
God.
Boy didn't make any further public comments about the case, but he did have a separate legal issue arise in mid-2021 when he was ordered to pay a hefty judgment to another woman stemming from a past incident. In this case, a Los Angeles jury found Soulja Boy liable for assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Kayla Myers, during a 2019 house party. In this unrelated case, there were allegations that Soulja Boy pistol whipped Myers and held her at gunpoint. And
Hey, to all ladies out there, you want to quick come up, you go over there, you know what I'm saying? I know you probably ain't gonna want to do this, but I'm just saying, if you want a quick million, I mean, or even $500,000, go over there, act like you like Soulja Boy, lay with him for a little while. Yeah, I mean, he gonna eventually put his hands on you. Now you got a bag, straight up.
at the end of this trial, a jury awarded her approximately $472,000. This separate verdict demonstrated a pattern of allegations against Soulja Boy.
Come on, bro. I guess she lying too.
Have to seek out new court orders to seize Soulja Boy's assets because he failed to pay her when it was all said and done. It wasn't a good look and didn't help his situation in his other court battle with his assistant. In late 2024, the Jane Doe lawsuit is finally scheduled for trial, and after several years of pre-trial wrangling, the stage was set for a courtroom battle in 2025 where a jury was set to hear all of the disturbing allegations and decide whether Soulja Boy was going to be held accountable. By March of 2025, the woman was taken to stand to testify, and when she got on the stand, she described for the jury everything that we discussed earlier, like being locked in a room, being R-worded, being punched and kicked, body slammed. They also showed the jury the messages between Soulja and her where he pretty much said that he should have killed her and he wished she would die. When it was Soulja Boy's time to defend himself, he decided to testify in his own defense, directly addressing the jury, and that's something that I'm sure his legal team highly advised him against doing. It's something that we don't see people do a lot of the times in these type of cases because they don't have to testify on their own behalf. When Soulja Boy got up there, he portrayed a very different version of events. He claimed that the woman was never actually his employee. Instead, he characterized her as somebody who hung around his house and helped roll his blunts, and he said that she was free to come and go as she...
The arrogancy, bro. You know what I'm saying? The narcissism, bro. Like, bro, you would bet I was just not saying nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, man, what, bro? First of all, whoever let him do this, bro, they need to... I mean, I'm pretty sure, like my boy KB said, they probably told it, dummy, look, bro, you don't need to get up there and testify, bro. Or if you gon' testify, let us hear what you gotta say. He get up there acting like he just this guy, Big Draco. You feel what I'm saying? And now you gotta pay the girl $4 million. Dumbass, boy.
He pleased. He insisted they had a consensual relationship and that he never physically harmed her. He questioned her credibility, argued that her story changed over time, and said that she had multiple opportunities to leave if she truly felt in danger. During the closing argument,
I kind of understand that, though.
Emphasized that the woman stayed with Soulja Boy by choice and had received quote-unquote room and board plus gifts and other things rather than a salary, which they argued was an industry standard agreement for informal assistance in the music world. And basically this was them trying to escape the labor violations she alleged from him not paying her the $500 a week. During the woman's closing argument, her lawyers asserted that Soulja Boy had to be held accountable, and they asked the jury to award her $73.6 million in damages, a figure that they argued was justified by the extreme trauma and losses that the woman suffered. And
crazy
with the final arguments, the case went to the jury for deliberation. When they returned a verdict, the 12-person jury found Soulja Boy liable for sexual battery, assault, gender violence, intentional affliction of emotional distress, sexual harassment, and several labor code violations related to unpaid wages. However, the jury did not find him liable for false imprisonment, and they also cleared him of creating a hostile work environment. As a result, they awarded the woman nearly $4 million in compensatory damages. This sum was meant to cover her pain, suffering, lost earnings, and any medical or therapy costs that are going to result from the abuse. Shortly after, in a brief additional proceeding, the jury also decides on punitive damages to further penalize Soulja Boy for his conduct and awarded the woman another $250,000, making a total of $4.25 million that Soulja Boy now owes this woman. This verdict is a clear legal defeat for Soulja Boy, as the jury has legally affirmed that he abused and injured his former assistant, and they hit him with a multi-million-dollar financial penalty as a result. According to the reports, Soulja Boy smiled calmly upon hearing the decision. Now, his lawyers reacted to...
I ain't gonna cap. Well, I would have cried. Y'all remember how Ike was acting? Other than when Ike said he ain't gonna take his sunglasses out, but when Ike was trying to tell that judge, look, I ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? I'm broke, bro. You know what I'm saying? You look up broke, you gonna see my face beside it like this. You did what I'm saying? Like, no cap, bro. Like, I don't even understand. Like, he smiling. Bro, you finna have to cough for 4.2 M's, bro. For nothing. For no reason at all, gang.
Saying, we maintain that the evidence does not support the verdict. It is unfortunate that aspirations and misperceptions of a culture are allowed to influence the trial. Mr. Way, who is Soulja Boy, fully intends to pursue his post-trial remedies and to fight for a just result in this case. So they're basically saying, even though they found him guilty in court, we still believe that he's innocent. That's what his lawyers say. And shortly after the verdict, Soulja Boy actually personally addressed the media outside of the courthouse, where he read a prepared statement off of his phone to a cluster of reporters that was there. Here's what he said.
About the verdict.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court is not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel that the system allowed external influences to shape the outcome. Furthermore, the use of Jane Doe as the identity of the accusers raises serious concerns about fairness. Keeping these individuals anonymous while I'm forced to face public scrutiny creates an unequal playing field. I believe this entire process has been tainted by a system that is not designed to protect the rights of the accused. I want to make it clear that I'm innocent. This case was never about justice. It was about money and personal gain, and I will not let that stand. I am committed to filing an appeal and fighting for the truth to be revealed. I will continue to stand by my decision and believe that I did not commit the crimes I'm accused of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time. I promise that I will fight until the end to clear my name and expose the truth. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Would you mind repeating the first three sentences? I apologize.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel like the system allowed external influence to shape the outcome.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Not only did he address the media in those clips, he also did what he normally does in these types of situations and went on a rant on live about how the trial was unfair.
I'm the sexiest in the world.
Anyway, we cool on all that, bro. You feel me? But hey, though, man, I don't know, man. You dig? Like, I can't say Soulja didn't do none of that, what they say he did. Honestly, I honestly think he did it. You know, I'm gonna be real. I think he did it, but I think when he basically say, well, if she was in so much danger or if she felt like she was, you know what I'm saying, fearing for her life, then why didn't she leave? Why didn't she call the cops? Like, why didn't she? You feel me? Like that's crazy, but I can't judge this woman. I can't judge any woman who go through things like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna try to judge them. You feel me? But it is kind of crazy, though. I think for somebody to issue or assault you, you know what I mean? Or you You feel what I'm saying? Not feed you, put you in a room with no bed, you know what I'm saying? Like you in the chain gang, bro. And you go back to the crib to retrieve your items or to get your belongings, and you don't take the police with you. You feel me? So it's like, and remember what I said. I believe he did this, bro. I believe it. Because y'all know Soulja Boy was on that booger sugar pretty heavy, bro. At once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? And folk get on that booger sugar and they don't know how to control themselves with nothing. You feel me? You got guys who get on booger sugar, bro, and they'll do certain things to their wife. And you like, why did you even have to do that to your wife? But they just be geeked up out of their mind. You feel me? So I do believe that he did these things, bro. I believe it. But what I don't understand is that if you feared for your life, I get that you said, I feared for my life, so that's why I didn't leave. I was afraid he was going to take my life, so that's why I didn't leave. I understand that. I get that part. You feel me? But what I don't understand is, Mark, why would you go back to the house to retrieve your things by yourself? You ain't take your brother, you ain't take your cousin, you ain't take your daddy, you ain't take your uncle, you ain't take your homegirl from around the way. You went alone to retrieve your things, and he did the same thing to you again. Man, if I'm scared as hell, cause like fearing for my life, bro, that's scared as hell. That mean that I think if I go over there, he gonna kill me. I ain't going by myself, bro. I damn sure ain't going without no blick. You feel me? I don't know. But shout out to her though, man. She came up, man. She $4 million richer. Shout out to her. Any female wanna quick come up, go for this Soulja Boy, dumbass. No cap. Hey, Mark, let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like that video. Don't forget to sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure you ring that bell. After you ring the bell, make sure you hit all, because I don't want y'all to miss these banger, folk. Yeah, feel me, folk. 1,700 by the day. 2K, we on the way, man. Road to 10K, that 100K plat gonna be ours by the top of the year. And y'all make sure y'all tap in on all my other YouTube channels. All links in the description down below. Mob life or no life, mob well nowhere. Y'all know how we coming, OTM. We getting it straight out the mud. Make sure you tap in on my clothing website, Imperium Athletics. That's imperiumathletics.us. Link in the description down below. And hit me up on the gridiron, man. On my Instagram, man. Kingdown_7. Do that for your boy. I love y'all. And we gonna catch y'all on the net vid. Let's get it. Gang.